Welcome back. So I'll be talking about the issue of how black enslaved women were blamed for being sexually assaulted by the masters. Sharing with you from Harriet Jacobs' narrative. Quote, when I had been in the family a few weeks, one of the plantation slaves was brought to town by order of his master. Never before in my life had I heard hundreds of blows fall in succession on a human being. His piteous groans and his "Oh, pray don't, master," rang in my ear for months afterwards. There were many conjectures as to the cause of this terrible punishment. Some said master accused him of stealing corn. Others said the slave had quarreled with his wife in presence of the overseer and had accused his master of being the father of her child. They were both black and the child was very fair. I went into the workhouse next morning and saw the cowhide still wet with blood and the boards all covered with gore. The poor man lived and continued to quarrel with his wife. She's a victim. A few months afterwards, Dr. Flynn handed them both over to a slave trader. The guilty man put their value into his pocket and had the satisfaction of knowing they were out of sight and hearing. When the mother was delivered into the trader's hand, she said, "You promised to treat me well." To which he replied, "You have let your tongue run too far, damn you." She had forgotten that it was a crime for a slave to tell who was the father of her child. From others than the master, persecution also comes in such cases. I once saw a young slave girl dying soon after the birth of a child nearly white. In her agony, she cried out, "Oh Lord, come and take me." Her mistress stood by and mocked at her like an incarnate fiend. "You suffer, do you?" she exclaimed. "I'm glad of it. You deserve it all, and more too." The girl's mother said, "The baby's dead, thank God, and I hope my poor child will soon be in heaven too." "Heaven?" retorted the mistress. "There's no such place for the like of her and her bastard." The poor mother turned away sobbing. Her dying daughter called her feebly, and as she bent over her, I heard her say, "Don't grieve so, mother. God knows all about it, and he will have mercy upon me." God alone knows, yes, and that trend continues to present where we blame black women for how they're sexually assaulted and misused by people around them. And it has to change. So, how do we go forward? Thanks for listening.